Hi, I'm Terry and I'm nuts about stamping. I'm back today with another Sundays with Sizzix project. I'm going to make a friendship card with the help of my Big Shot. My card base is going to be 8.5 by 5.5. I've scored it at the 4 1/4 mark, and it's going to be landscape in layout. Next thing I'm going to do is ink up the Just For You stamp from the Botanicals For You stamp set. I love this stamp. It's so big and it features beautifully on a card. So I've got my basic black archival ink, and with a stamp this large, you really want to ink it this way so you can make sure that you have ink all over the stamp. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and stamp it down straight on my card. Hopefully it'll work out. Ah, yes, good enough for my liking. Now the next thing I'm going to do is take a piece of Botanical Gardens Designer Series paper and a layer of Old Olive, and I'm going to attach those together as soon as I get my adhesive. Back in a moment. I'm going to adhere these two pieces together, and then I'm going to add them to my card front. I'll have the measurements for all of the layers over on my blog, so you can hop on over there after the video is over and write down the products I used and the cardstock layers. Okay. All right, so we've got a good start on the card. The next thing I'm going to do is bring in my Big Shot, and I'm going to use the Botanical Builder framelits to help me create an embellishment for the front of my card. I have to say, this Botanical Gardens suite in the Occasions catalog is my all-time favorite. It is so much my favorite that I'm featuring this suite in my March Creative Express Club. So if you want a lot more project ideas for this suite of products, you'll want to join for my March Creative Express Club. There's some details about that on my blog. All right, I've got a piece of Cajun Craze, and I'm going to die cut out one of the flowers from the builders. And then just pull that off and set it aside for a minute. And then I'm going to use the same sandwich. I've got a piece of scrap Old Olive cardstock, and I'm going to run that through so I can create two leaves. It's the same die, so I'm going to have to do it twice. I've got my magnetic platform, bottom standard cutting pad, my cardstock, and the framelit on top. So I want two leaves. There's one, and then I'll do a second one, and then I'm going to create the center for my flower, and I've got a scrap piece of mint macaron, and I've got one of the tiny flower centers from the Botanical Gardens or Botanical Builders framelits. And I'm going to run that through. And then I think I'm done with my Big Shot. So quick and easy to create when you have the Big Shot and the magnetic platform and then these beautiful framelits. Now I'm going to take my paper piercing tool. This is an older tool. We have a newer, sleeker design that I'd recommend you consider because it really helps you get the framelits out without damaging them. It's got all these little holes that are designed for you to push gently so that the flower pops out like so. And then I've got this little center That pops out like a charm. And then I've got my 2 leaves, and I'll bring back in my card. And I'm going to add the flower to my card first. And I'm going to use a Stampin' Dimensional because I like a little lift off the card front. A little lift doesn't cost you any more money when you mail either. So I'm going to just put it there. And then I'm going to use my 2-way glue pen to add the center to my card, or to the flower, sorry. And then the last thing I'm going to do is put my leaves on. I'm just going to run some snail adhesive down the center of the leaf. I'm going to put one there. And the second one here. And there we go. A quick and easy card idea with the help of my Big Shot and the fabulous Botanical Gardens bundle. For a complete listing of the supplies that I used to make this card and more information on my Creative Express Catalog Tour Club projects for March, hop on over to my blog, www.nutsaboutstamping.com. I'm Terry. I'm Nuts About Stamping. See you next time. Bye for now.